I don't remember the last time I've been this excited to film a video. I found a life hack that will turn this addicting piece of junk into something that you look at and you're like, I don't want to, I can't, I don't want to bother with it. So let's start. Tip number one is you get rid of, then this is going to be extreme and I'm going to lose a lot of people here, but if you make it to tip number 5, trust me, this won't be addictive anymore. So tip number 1 is you remove every single social media app from your phone. It doesn't belong here, it doesn't belong in your pocket, it doesn't belong while you're waiting for something in the grocery store. Like, you don't want this burning in your pocket with infinite amount of information that you can pull and scroll through. It's way too addictive for you to tell me, oh, but I can control it. Oh, but I can spend 5 minutes on it, 10 minutes on it. We're not gonna set any app limits. As you can see in my screen time, my app limits are absolutely not set because these type of apps don't belong on your phone, period. If you want to quit the video here, cool. This is super extreme for a lot of people. And you might be like, yeah, but I want to check it sometimes. Sometimes it's never at the right time. Even if you set a 15-minute limit and you start your day by, I don't know, scrolling Instagram for 15 minutes, that's not the right way to start your day. For me, I went a little bit extreme recently and I finally deleted the last social apps that I had. Like, I deleted Telegram and Viber and WhatsApp and everything else, and I installed them on my computer. So when I'm at home on my home desktop computer, I can check my messages and stuff, but I don't want to carry people with me. It's like a mentally you carry all of your friends and family and what did they say and what do you think about this, and you're constantly sending pictures like, oh, look at this, I just had this banana, what do you think, everyone? And it's like, you want to get rid of that. So step 1, we delete everything. Step number 2 is we need the same times to cut off the phone and be like, I don't want to use the phone anymore after this time. So we can go in settings, we can go in screen time, and we can press the first thing, downtime, and you can set it scheduled from, I don't know, I have it from 8 p.m. to 9 a.m. in the morning, that I don't want to have anything except the allowed apps. And what are the allowed apps? In always allowed, I've set my home apps and my Benji app and calculator and calendar and camera and maps and FaceTime and messages. So I have these apps that I always want to access even in downtime. So that's step number. In step number 2, we're configuring our screen time. Then you're gonna go into content and privacy restrictions. iTunes and App Store purchases, you're gonna set apps to not allowed. So you are not allowed to reinstall these apps, because trust me, even if you uninstall Twitter, YouTube, whatever, they will come back instantly in your life if you don't check this setting to on. Step number 3 is you go to App Store, Media, Web, and Games, and in here you have web content. And in web content, you're going to click on limit adult websites. This is what I have. Like, I have shopping websites, and I have some dumb Macedonian news websites, and I have, because when my brain, like, as I was adding things to this list, basically it was like, okay, let's remove Amazon, let's remove Allegro, let's remove these things. My brain just went, anytime I had access to my phone, I was like, yeah, what else there? And trust me, it's at the bottom of the barrel if I reach to read news on a Macedonian website. Like, that's the last thing that I want to see. But because as you block things, your brain thinks like, what else can I do on this piece of shit machine, right? You're like, I need to find something. So I've been adding more and more things to this list, and I think these are the most addictive things, more or less, for me, and you can just make your own list. So this makes a combination of limiting adult websites, meaning it doesn't allow you to enter private mode in Safari, and by default it blocks a bunch of other things, right? Wink wink. And also you add a bunch of other things that might be addictive to you, and you never want to visit those websites. And finally, if you're like, I can go in screen time and change all of these settings, this is the biggest part of this tip, is you go and at first you configure this with a passcode 1234, but then when you finalize everything and you're like, okay, this is what I want it to look like, you go to your wife, to your partner, to your husband, to your friend, to your grandma, to your whatever, and you're like, hey, you're gonna set a new passcode here, and you're not gonna tell me the new passcode unless I beg you to, or unless I have a really good reason for why I would need this passcode. Tip number 3 is to turn on, wherever the frick that is, you can just Google it, ChatGPT it, whatever, to turn your screen into black and white, because it's less addictive. And I even added a shortcut. When I open the Photos app, it automatically goes into color mode, or when I open the camera, it automatically goes into color mode. But by default, when I exit those 2 apps, it goes back into grayscale mode. And if I ever rarely need colors to be on, I have here in my control center, this is what it looks like, and here I have 2 toggles, like one is color on and one is color off. So by default, these actually activate a shortcut which turns on grayscale plus dims the screen to a level that's even dimmer than if you would turn the brightness all the way down. So this way the phone is not that addictive. Would be to just remove your wallpapers. I had my daughter as my wallpaper, and I had some widgets for blah blah blah, but right now I have nothing. I have 4 apps here. It's like ChatGPT, Benji, Home Assistant, and a little folder with calls, gallery, Google Maps, Safari, Revolut, iMessage, Tesla, Spotify, and an app that I have for tracking shows. And like the one thing that kills me on iOS, that no matter how nicely you set everything up and blah blah blah, you're just one swipe away to basically going back to your app library, which is like super annoying. Tip number 5 would be to get rid of all of your notifications. Like you go into your notification settings and you ruthlessly kill every single notification that you find unless it's really, really urgent. So the notifications that get to me right now are from iMessage, and everyone that I have on iMessage is muted, and I rarely communicate with people with iMessage, and I'm leaving it only for if someone has like some super urgent thing like, hey, I'm kidnapped and I needed to text you somewhere instead of calling you. So I have my wife and we always text on iMessage, and I have notifications for her, not on the watch, only on the phone. Everyone else doesn't get notifications, and every other app except my banking app, which even that one this morning I moved it into the notification summary because I don't want notifications, period. So a nice hack taming your notifications is you can go here and you can turn on notification scheduled summary. So I have a couple of summaries here, is like first, second, as you can see, throughout some parts of the day, and only during those parts of the day I get like a bundle of notifications, like I don't know, from Coinbase and from whatever random things that I have that I don't want to see. So 90% are off, and the last 10% are the last 9%, let's say, get bundled into the scheduled summary. So you get like a bundle of like, hey, here's what happened while you didn't miss out on these, and they didn't have to be direct and right now, and you basically get them all at once, couple of times per day. And then the 1% is like you really need to think which notifications deserve to actually disturb me, and that's not email, and that's not I don't know, when someone liked your post on Instagram or whatever. So you only leave the 1% for something when it buzzes, when your phone pings or whatever, you need to respond in the moment. It's like really that urgent. Tap or swipe to wake. Yeah, these things you need to turn them off. As you can see here, when you lift your phone, it automatically lights up and is ready to be used. So you want to reduce the friction to a maximum where, see, if I tap on it, like I cannot use it. If I lift it, I cannot use it. I need to press on the power button and then I can use it. But trust me, this doesn't do anything. Like after a while, you just get used to it, and as you pick up your phone, you press on the power button and it doesn't help. So I'm like, I tried all of these things and my phone is super dumb and it doesn't have addictive apps and stuff, so why do I keep it with me on the toilet or in random situations, waiting in line at the bank or whatever, and I just pick up my phone and I play with random things in it, or I'll just text my wife because that's the only option on iMessage. And today I saw a little YouTube video, shout out to whatever YouTube video it is, I'm definitely not going to link it, that's why I'm making this video. He mentioned that you can turn off Face ID. And I've been thinking about this, and I'm like, yeah, but if I turn off Face ID, it's gonna be off for, you know, wallet and for other things. You can turn it off only for unlocking your phone, but it works for other security things. So if I wanna tap and pay with my credit card, I can easily do that, and I do double tap and Face ID right now, scan my face, and I can pay with my card. It would be a pain in the ass to type a passcode every time that I need to pay. And you can turn it off only for unlocks. Go to Face ID and you turn it off only for unlocks. And the biggest tip right now, which we are going to call 7.4, is that you can actually set a text-based password instead of a 6-digit passcode. And this blows my mind because this is the thing that I wanted. So every time I pick up my phone, it's black and white and we need to press the button or whatever. Now when I want to unlock it, it doesn't conveniently unlock, and on top of it all, it's not a 6-digit passcode I can set to 0000 or 123123. It's actually, I set a long ass password here, which reminds me that I'm mindfully unlocking my phone because I need it. And only in this last hour, it prevented me from randomly even when I got the idea of, oh, I should record this video about mindfulness and I wanted just to go to the toilet, on the way, just after the thought of I want to record a video about mindfulness on your phone, guess what I did? I put my phone in my pocket, and as I'm going down to the stairs, I cannot even, go for a minute down to the toilet. Like I'm already on the stairs trying to unlock my phone because it's a habit. And I think this is the biggest change I hope this is the biggest change. If my brain starts typing this passcode, I'm gonna double the length every time that I start using my phone for no fucking reason. But in the last hour, it prevented me from mindlessly, like, even if you said a 6-digit code is more intentional than actually just you unlock Face ID, boom, and this tip actually made me think that every time they made something more convenient, like you have pick up to wake and you have tap to wake and you have Face ID to unlock, we're like, oh wow, they're geniuses, they're helping us so much with technology. Now I'm starting to flip and I'm like, these motherfuckers made it intentionally super easy for you to get into addictive apps as quick as possible, not for your convenience to think that Apple is great at technology, only to get you more fucking addicted. And it blows my mind that I've been taking all of this technology advancement is like, oh, that's great, we can do X, Y, and Z quicker. No, it's only to make you more addictive. So I hope this final tip was worth it, this long video. Let me know what you think in the comments. Make sure, like, if you do this, this is step 1 out of 10 more steps that you have to do to get your life back, because you still have your laptop, you still have your iPad, you still have your other devices. But this is like step 1. This is the devil, I would say. This is the number 1, and then everything else comes along. So when you sit on your laptop and you say, I'm going to do this, and this task, at least you're not going to be distracted by something gets hard or whatever, and you just turn around and you pick up this piece of shit and it distracts you. So hopefully this was useful, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.